Stay there.
Oh, I've been in this before.
Okay. Where's the key? Hi, I'm Ernie Medina with TRB, and today I'm joined by Brendan Arbalon, one of our TRB instructors. And we're going to go over some hand-to-hand type techniques, or really just firearms integrated with hand-to-hand type techniques that may be applicable in, say, a self-defense situation, or even potentially an LE situation. We're going to go over a couple of them, but the first one we're going to go over is a situation which is rare for CCW, very rare, but actually more applicable potentially for LE. And that is if you have a deadly threat and you have to actually neutralize that threat with deadly force, i.e. Shooting, and then have to further detain the person because they are not quite neutralized, but also not a threat as well. So they need to detain that person. How that could be applicable for a CCW holder, again, rare, would be that you actually put 2 or 3 rounds into your target or your threat, and he or she is, again, not quite neutralized, but at the same time, not 100% threat. So you don't want that person to get back up or whatever and come after you and become a threat again. We're always trying to not take lives, but simply just neutralize whatever threat exists. So the first one here that we're going to go over would be if I have my firearm drawn on Brendan. Brendan is my threat. Okay, I put 2 rounds into Brendan, and it makes him stop. However, he's still standing. And yes, folks, that is possible, putting 2 or 3 rounds into somebody's center, mass, or chest, and they still have some fight left in them. Now, what this does is say that knife that he was pretending to hold is dropped, and he has, again, some kind of pause. What I would want to do potentially is I'd want to quickly reholster that firearm and then detain him from there. So I would come in as he is experiencing the shots here, come in quick and gain control of his equilibrium. From there, I would then slip and I'm going to turn around for just a second here. Okay, I would slip my primary hand to get in on this hand here to gain control. Now, he can fight me a little bit, but he doesn't have much fight after experiencing a couple rounds. But I'm going to come in quick here, go forward, and then from there, and let's turn around one more time so we can show here. I'm going to step back with my primary or same side of the neck grab hand, and I'm going to throw Brendan down to the ground, okay? And ideally, I want to get him where he's on his stomach or face down, okay? I'm going to maintain this wrist, and then I'm going to go and plant myself on top of him where I have my one knee here, and then my second knee is going to be on his head, not his neck, okay? On his head. He can still breathe, okay? But now I have control of this arm, okay? If he wants to do anything with this arm, it's not going to really do anything to me, but I have an arm bar here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this wrist to my chest, my sternum, and then from here, I can actually lean forward on his arm, and he doesn't like that, okay? And I can actually free up this hand over here, or both hands, where I can actually manipulate or go if I need to detain Brendan or what have you. I could give him commands from here. I could say, give me this hand, and he'd have to give me that hand, okay? And then if I'm LE, what I would want to do is essentially get my handcuffs and essentially detain him from there, okay? So in this situation, I would grab my handcuffs, get this arm first, and then from here, take this arm that I have already on my chest, and then I can cuff him from here, okay? And then obviously I can render first aid, turn him over, do what I got to do, and that's LE stuff. But as a CCW holder, not that you run around with handcuffs all day, but what I can do is essentially I can be on top of him and detain him until help arrives. So the good thing about this is I don't have to, get up off him. I can keep him neutralized until help comes, and I don't have to actually take his life. Okay, so here that would be a good technique for going from gun to hands on. Okay, again from here you can keep the person detained until help arrives, and then again render first aid or whatever you need to do. But this is a good position to be in if I have to detain my subject, my threat. So just remember, this is, again, a rare situation where you would want to detain somebody as a CCW holder. This would be more common to LE, where you'd have to go from using lethal force and then going hands-on, okay? A couple other things that we want to practice here. The next one we're going to go over actually is more common to CCW holders. Sometimes, a lot of times, we don't get the opportunity to see the attack coming. It could very well be that my attacker comes in here. Now, of course, we should be situationally aware where if a threat is within my space over here, I'd be alerted to that. But maybe I don't have the opportunity, for whatever reason, to grab my gun out as quickly, and bad guy gets an opportunity to get me into this position where he's like, hey, give me your money, or whatever he wants, okay? The first thing I'm not going to try and do is go get my gun, because I alert him to it, and now it just becomes a struggle for the firearm, okay? This is where a little bit of your hand-to-hand skills will come into play, and the first thing that I would want to do here is two things. One, I'm going to take same hand to same side, and I'm going to slide it up to where my thumb is on the back of his palm, about center. And then I'm going to take like a C grip, and I'm going to peel away the meaty portion of his thumb, palm over here, okay, and peel that back. Simultaneously, I'm going to bring this elbow, my primary elbow, I'm going to bring it up, and I'm going to deliver a strike, elbow strike to the face here to disorient him, okay? This is not a killing blow or anything like that. This is simply to get his head offline, and then suck in with my armpit. I'm going to suck in this arm. What this does is this buys me time. If I were to try and stay here and struggle Brendan for his wrist, he will wiggle out of my lock over here. So this is just, again, to buy you time. What that does is it allows me to finish the C grip over on this side, where both thumbs are now on the back side of the palm, and then I have my fingers on his palm, and I have what I call the hamburger grip, where I can actually twist and actually break the wrist here. If in real life, I'm going to break the wrist all day long. So I'm going to twist and pull, and in doing so, I'm going to step back with this leg, and I'm going to go that way, throwing Brendan to the ground. Okay? Now, again, this wrist is broken at this point in time, okay? And then from there, I am not going to pursue a ground fight or anything like that, because if I have my gun on me, I don't want to bring it towards him. If needed, from here, I would draw and just step away. I'm in a position of advantage. He's on the ground. Everything is cool right now, but I have the upper hand, so to speak, right now. So I don't want to jump on him and persist on a ground fight, even if I am well versed in, say, jiu-jitsu or ground fighting. That's all well and good, but in that situation, if I'm carrying a gun on my hip, I don't want to bring that firearm close to him, where that ground fight could potentially introduce that gun in a way that I don't want. Okay, so that's just another way that you can actually use some hand-to-hand skills to get the person off you and buy you some time and space to go ahead and draw your firearm effectively. I wouldn't want to draw from this position. The next one we're going to go over is actually a common situation that we see in various self-defense situations, where you have a firearm drawn and your attacker's in contact distance, or basically arm's distance, where they can get a hand on your firearm. Believe it or not, that actually unfortunately happens more often than not. So in that process, what do you do with regards to getting that attacker off you and off your firearm? So an example of what we can practice here is if I have my firearm drawn on bad guy, he closes the distance and he grabs my gun, right? Okay, now he's not going to grab it nicely. So understand that when this occurs, this is one of the reasons why you need to have a primary grip. Another thing is you need to react quickly because he's not just going to hold it here. He's coming in with this hand, the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. Okay? So if this occurs, the first thing that I want to do is I want to get my hand on his hand. And when I get that grip, I'm going to bring this hand over, okay, here. And this hand, actually, the elbow and the forearm is going to help block this hand a little bit, okay? This is not a end-all, be-all. It's just going to help a little bit. What this does is this keeps the firearm pointed for me in a safe direction. And what I'm going to do, I'm not stopping here. I just grab, and as I grab, I'm coming in, and I'm going to tackle him over here where I suck in his arm. So I'm essentially shoulder to shoulder, hip to hip. Firearm is still pointed down in a safe direction for me, and I'm going to suck this in. I'm going to then twist the gun out, essentially rake it out, and then from here, keep this hand, this thumb on the backside of his palm, and then I have that C-clamp grip again. What I then do is I twist back with my essentially leg that's closest to him. I twist back into a wrist lock this way, and I can just go to position 3. I can shoot from position 5 with one hand, but I can shoot from here if need be. Now, this is pointed at his back, so you got to understand that if I take this shot from here, okay, now we're talking about some legal stuff. But understand that from there, I could get some distance, get the firearm away from him, and then employ it if need be, however I need to. Okay, so just one more time. If I'm drawing the firearm here and he grabs it, okay, I want to get my hand and I'm going to come in. I'm not just going to grab here and hold. I'm coming in as I do it, and I might take a shot or two. You just got to be prepared for that. Okay, but it's close in, so he's not going to get full extension. Here, I rip or rake the firearm out, have my grip, come around, and then now I'm in a position where I can actually employ that firearm with a little bit of distance. Okay, so there's just a couple things that you can do with regards to hand-to-hand integrating it with firearms. So a lot of us train religiously with our firearms and all the manipulations that go with it. But it's equally important to train your hand-to-hand skills and in a way where you can transition from, say, hands to firearm, firearms to hand, and things like that. Because unfortunately, the real-life world is not like the range where you have a target X distance away. Things can escalate quickly where somebody could just come and say, hey, do you have the time? And something goes off from there. You could be walking about your day and somebody is in your space very, very quickly, okay? So understand a couple things there about that and just train your skills to go from either hands to gun or gun to hands. Not sure which training program is right for you? Well, give us a call or email us and we will actually schedule a consultation with you so we can really figure out which training program is best for you and make sure you get the right training that you need.